It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Steel bars at a construction site in Hebei were snapped bare-handed, but the official report claimed they were qualified, sparking public outrage. The fake steel bar crisis has become a deep-rooted cancer in China's construction industry, giving birth to countless tofu-dreg buildings, structures so fragile they collapse under their own weight. These poorly built projects, often the result of corrupt inspections and substandard materials, have led to the destruction of homes, schools, and public infrastructure. The consequences are not just economic, they have claimed lives and shattered families. What was once seen as isolated incidents have become a nationwide pattern of negligence and cover-ups. People live in fear, wondering if the buildings around them can survive a storm, let alone an earthquake. These tofu structures aren't just engineering failures, they're a symbol of a system that puts profits above safety and lies above truth. Shocking quality issues in Chinese construction are no longer rare, they're becoming the norm. In a recent scandal at a massive residential project in Bazhou City, Hebei province, steel bars meant to support buildings were snapped in half by workers using only their bare hands. Yet, astonishingly, the inspection report declared them qualified, igniting a storm of online fury. According to a June 26 report by mainland outlet Inspur News, the incident occurred in Guoyuncheng District 2, where brittle 16mm rebars were found so fragile that even ordinary workers could break them without tools. Mr. G, a contractor on the site, said he discovered the problem during construction last year. These rebars were suspiciously weak. Some snapped like twigs, he said. In a video now spreading widely online, a 50-year-old worker in an MCC Tiangong uniform is seen easily breaking 4 steel bars in just 10 seconds. 2 broke cleanly, and the other 2 were severely bent. G noted the quality was inconsistent. Some bars shattered instantly, others didn't break right away, proof that the batch was uneven. He first alerted MCC Tiangong, the project's contractor. They replied with a test report that boldly claimed the bars were up to standard. G didn't stop there. He escalated the issue to the Bazhou Housing and Urban Rural Development Bureau. Initially, officials claimed the rebars had passed testing, but only after G pressed the matter multiple times did they show up to collect samples, and again declared the batch qualified. He's not convinced. A site this size must use tens of thousands of tons of rebar. Who knows if they even tested the ones I complained about? Later, the Housing Bureau insisted it had sampled and tested the steel bars twice, and both times results showed compliance with design specs. They also tried to discredit G, saying he was kicked off the project for slow progress and poor workmanship, and that he posted the video out of revenge. The project in question, Guoyuncheng District 2, is a huge development on Yingbin Road, Bazhou City, covering roughly 280,000 square meters. It's led by a division of the state-owned MCC Tiangong Group. Netizens were furious. "Start by checking who called these qualified," one wrote. Others compared the whistleblowers to heroes, saying, "honest workers versus corrupt officials taking kickbacks." Some added a touch of sarcasm. Going by the usual script, the first to be arrested will be the workers who exposed the problem. After inspection, it's not a steel bar, it's a duck neck. And we get it, you've explained too well. This scandal in Hebei isn't an isolated case. It's a reflection of a dangerous trend in China's construction industry. Just earlier this year, during an earthquake in northern Thailand, a newly built structure collapsed entirely. The contractor? A Chinese state-linked firm. Investigations later revealed the use of counterfeit steel rebars that failed under pressure, directly contributing to the tragedy and causing international concern over Chinese construction exports. The same pattern is now playing out at home. Steel bars that can be broken by hand yet pass inspection? It mirrors the exact same recklessness that led to lives lost in Thailand. Experts warn that if such substandard materials are being used in massive residential projects in China, the consequences could be catastrophic. People aren't just questioning building safety anymore, they're questioning whether any inspection report can be trusted.
The tragedy begins when the 30-story tower turns into a tomb and the ghost of Chinese steel appears in Thailand. The rumbling sound rips through the air. The 30-story building, a symbol of modernity and development, suddenly collapses in just a few seconds. Smoke and dust fill the air. Cries for help echo among the rubble. People nearby only have time to scream in despair. Earthquake? But that earthquake was not strong enough to collapse a solid building. The problem lies inside, in the steel bars that seem silent but are the trigger. Immediately, an investigation was opened, and then a familiar name appeared. Xingke Yuan, a Chinese steel company. No one expected that the name involved in more than 7,400 fake tax invoices from 2015 to 2017 was directly connected to the collapsed building. According to official information from the Thai Revenue Department, this company used more than 7,400 fake tax invoices during the period of 2015 to 2017. They are suspected of using fraudulent methods to illegally deduct taxes, causing losses of up to nearly 1 billion baht. But what is more terrible is that steel from this company was used in the recently collapsed construction, and it is very likely that it was the cause of the tragedy. The case is so serious that it has been transferred to the Thai Department of Special Investigation. A comprehensive investigation is underway, and the individuals involved will be summoned. But what makes international public opinion even more concerned is that this is not the first time Chinese steel has appeared in construction disasters. The rotten roots of fake steel scandals were born in mainland China. In China itself, the country has faced a series of tragic building collapses, where substandard and counterfeit steel was identified as one of the leading causes. 2020 Sinja Express Hotel collapse. In May 2020, the Sinja Express Hotel in Quanzhou, which was being used as a COVID-19 quarantine facility, collapsed completely. The incident killed 29 people and injured 42. Investigations later determined that the building had been illegally renovated and used substandard materials, including substandard steel. 2022 Changsha building collapse. On April 29, 2022, a building in Changsha City collapsed, burying dozens of people and killing 54. The cause was illegal construction, floor extensions, and especially weak materials, among which poor quality steel was identified as contributing to the disaster. Gymnasium incident in Qiqiao in 2023. In mid-July 2023, the roof of a gymnasium at Qiqiao High School in Heilongjiang Province suddenly collapsed while dozens of students were present, killing 11 students. A weak roof structure, the use of poor quality steel, and incorrect construction procedures were the direct causes. Lotus Riverside, Shanghai in 2009. A 13-story building in Shanghai completely tilted overnight. Cause? Weak foundation due to the use of substandard materials, steel that was too thin, and sloppy construction. Fortunately, there were no residents living there at the time. Cross-border detonation when fake Chinese steel becomes a silent global killer. The collapse of a 30-story building in Thailand has set off alarm bells not only for Southeast Asia but also for the whole world. Chinese steel, when fraudulently produced, can become a silent killer. SK Yuan Company, with more than 7,426 fake tax invoices from 2015 to 2017, caused financial losses of more than 200 million baht, and this figure could reach 1 billion baht if fines are included. But the biggest damage is not in money, but in human lives. The type of steel that Xingke Yuan provided was identified as one of the factors contributing to the 30-story building collapsing completely after just a few minutes of shaking from a moderate earthquake. This has Thai construction experts wondering, how many other buildings across Asia are silently harboring similar deadly risks? Not only in Thailand, cheap steel from China has also appeared in Nigeria, Bangladesh, Laos, and Cambodia, where large projects are competing to grow with costs cut to the maximum. International engineers have pointed out that some batches of steel imported from China have substandard hardness, poor elasticity, and are often thinned, reducing their load-bearing capacity by up to 40% compared to design standards. This means that a heavy rain, a mild earthquake, or even a slight overload can cause the structure to collapse. Steel bars, which are considered the backbone of a structure, if stripped of their cores, will turn any building into a trap. The problem is no longer simply counterfeit steel, but a crime wrapped in numbers and contracts. Blood flows right on their roofs. The Chinese people, their own first victims. What is heartbreaking is that the first drops of blood from fake steel fell right on the country that produced it. The Chinese people, who should be living in safe homes, are struggling to endure under concrete ceilings that can collapse at any moment. They live in invisible fear that today it is the house next door, tomorrow it could be their own. Their children study in classrooms where just a strong wind, a heavy rain, or simply a silent crack can turn into a disaster. The elderly tremble as they climb the stairs made of rusty steel. Workers are afraid that the factory floor will collapse right on their heads. The pain is not only about material loss, it is the despair of losing loved ones. The cries beside the rubble, the panicked eyes of children in the middle of the night, awakened by the sound of cracks.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.